Hey, beautiful. This is your intuitive consultant and life coach, Avalaura, with another edition of Avalaura Heal My Life podcast. Listen in each week because I'm helping you to heal your life, heal your relationships, learn how to do meaningful work in the world, and make an impact that creates legacy. So go ahead and get your pen and paper, get your favorite drink, and listen in now. This episode of Avalaura Heal My Life is sponsored by Canada's #1 inspiration coach, Maureen Cayley-Verdonk, affectionately known as Coach Mo. She is the founder of Inspired Living Life Coaching, and Coach Mo is passionately helping women say yes to ourselves and experience more success and joy in our lives. Visit Coach Mo at www.mocaleywerdonk.com. That's M-O Callie, C-A-L-E-Y, Verdonk, V-E-R-D-O-N-K, mocaleywerdonk.com, and claim your free audio CD today. Greetings, beautiful ones. This is Avalaura, your intuitive consultant and life coach, here with another amazing edition of Avalaura Heals. Tune in each week to learn how to heal from whole to wholeness in your life, relationships, business, and career. Today is another exciting show. Guess what, y'all? Today I am talking about meditation. Woo! Y'all listen, this is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Whether you come to me for coaching, whether you come to me for healing or for spiritual work, energy healing, spiritual healing, it doesn't matter. I am going to introduce you to meditation. Because no matter who you are, blue, black, alien, I don't care who you are. No matter what you're going through in life, meditation is going to help you. So I absolutely love this because it is a universal tool that absolutely anyone can use. So I'm talking about the benefits of meditation today, and I'm also going to be telling you some experience that I've had with meditation. And my intention for you today, because I always have an intention. I always pray before my shows and have a desired result in action that I want you to achieve after listening to me. Because remember, my show is about impact. Avalaura Heals is about impact. It is not about collecting information, listening, and doing nothing. I want you to make an impact. And what is impact? That is intention plus action. So set your own intention and then take action. And after you listen to this, make a change in your life. So my intention for you today is that you fall in love with meditation. And why do I want you to fall in love with meditation? Because if you fall in love with meditation, you have a love affair with meditation. It's not a hit it and quit it. It's not a one night stand. It's not you try it out once and you say, "Ooh, that was great. That was juicy." And then you never do it again. If you fall in love with it, you will do it over and over and over and over again. So when I say meditate daily, it's not going to be difficult for you because you love it. And anything you love, you can't get enough of. You want more and more and more. It's like a great piece of chocolate. You can't, or chips, right? You can't just eat one. Can't just meditate once. So I want you to fall in love with meditation because then I know that you'll do it. That is my intention for you today. What's your intention for yourself? As always, when you're listening to Avalaura Heals, you want to get out that pen, you want to get out that paper, or you want to get your phone out. You might be listening on your phone, I don't know. But you want to get something out and you want to write this stuff down. Write down your ahas. What did you get out of this? Write down your intention. Write down all of this stuff. And if you're in a space where maybe you're doing the dishes or you're in the car, you're at work and you're listening to this, you're in a space where you can't write it down right now, guess what I'm going to tell you to do? That's okay. Listen, sit back, receive it, and then listen to it again in a space where you can write and do that. Okay? So we're talking about meditation today. And, why am I talking about meditation? Why do I love it so much? There's this quote, meditation speaks. It speaks in silence. It reveals. Meditation speaks. It speaks in silence. It reveals. This has been my experience with meditation. This has been my journey. It has revealed to me over and over and over again. Part of who I am and who I be right now is because of meditation. I told you all my story of how after being fired from my job that I absolutely hated and answered a prayer. And if you want more about that, you can go to my first show where I really talk about that and how I transitioned from that space to opening Avalaura's Healing Center back in 2005. Meditation was a huge part of that journey. But even before then, I learned meditation when I was at Howard University over 20 years ago, my sophomore year. And I studied meditation and yoga. And, one of the beautiful things, I know it certainly contributed to me graduating magna cum laude, just one A short away from Summa. Yeah, I'm still a recovering perfectionist, so that A matters. But one A short of Summa cum laude. And I was a student, but I would wake up at 6 a.m. to do my daily meditation and yoga because it centered me. It calmed me. I partied, y'all, and I partied hard. Don't get it twisted, but I studied hard too. And meditation was that thing that helped me to be grounded and focused and to party hard and study hard and do extremely well, graduate with honors, get numerous scholarships. And I was making very good money in college. I was making better money there than some people do at a job. And I wasn't even working. That's just real talk. But meditation played a part in that. And then back in 2007, after I had opened up Avalaura's Healing Center, I actually decided to study yoga at India. And there was a whole story behind that. But I went to India to study yoga. And of course, if you know anything about meditation, and if you don't, that's good too. Meditation is a part of the yoga practice. Okay. So even though they're separate, they're kissing cousins. Meditation is actually a part of the whole yoga system. So I studied yoga, and in that study, of course, that led me to studying meditation even more. So I learned much more about meditation when I went to India and studying with yogis. And it was such a beautiful experience. And I promise you it changed my life in ways that even today, I don't even know if I know the full extent of how studying meditation and yoga studying meditation in India for 6 weeks. No, 5 weeks. It was 5 weeks that I was there. And I brought that back home with me. Again, increasing my practice. And one of the beautiful experiences that happened for me, and again, I had numerous, is when I came back. So here's what happened, right? When I went to India, I had several readings done. And quite a few people said, Avalaura, oh my God, India is going to be amazing for you. You're going to meet your teacher, right? Now, let me put this in context for you. At this time, one of the reasons that I went to India and I wanted to get back into yoga was because I was feeling very lost. I was at this place in my life where, yes, I was doing the work that I love. I had been doing it for a couple years. But I still felt like I wasn't making the impact that I wanted to make. I still felt like there was more for me to do. And I just wasn't quite sure what that was. And meditation and yoga was a way for me to get back into myself. So I wanted to start meditating again. I wanted to start doing yoga again. And I wanted a deeper connection. So when I was told that I was going to meet my teacher, that was actually something that I had been praying about. It is something that I deeply desired. And this is what that time where you heard like Wayne Dyer and, all these people, Marianne Williamson talking about they had their guru, their teacher in India, their guru. So I was all excited because I was going to go to India. I was going to become a certified yoga instructor and I was going to get my guru, right? I wanted a guru too. And, when you're the guru for others, you need a guru for yourself. And at that particular time, I didn't have that. So I was really, really excited. And I get to India, and let me tell you, it was an amazing experience. I could do a few shows just talking about my experience in India. Even though it was back in 2007, I remember it like it was yesterday. That's how profound and powerful the experience was for me. And so many beautiful things came out of it. I met amazing people from all around the world. It was my first solo trip by myself. And it was just a beautiful, very spiritual, soul-searching experience for me. But with all of that, I did not meet my teacher. And I have to tell you, I was a little upset. I was like, all these people gave me these readings. Where the hell's my teacher? Didn't meet my teacher. But I got back here. I had yoga, right? I had meditation. I began teaching yoga here. And not because I wanted to, because truthfully, when I decided to go to India, I was not going to teach yoga. I wanted to deepen my relationship. I wanted to get back in tune with myself. I felt very lost and off balance. And so that it was really for me. So it was just an added bonus that when I came back, then I began to teach yoga. And a lot of people wanted it because I had a very different perspective because I learned it in India. So the way I was teaching it, I was putting the soul back in yoga because I'm sorry, but in the Western world, we take the soul out of it. We take the soul out of most things, but we take the soul out of yoga. So when you go to a class and all they're doing is talking about the asanas, and the asanas are just just the physical postures. You go to a class and all they're doing is talking about the postures and, downward dog and upward dog and crow and child's pose and do this and do that. When that's all they're telling you, that's taking the soul out of yoga. You don't get the heart of it. And they're definitely not talking about meditation, and they're not talking about pranayama, the breathing aspect of it. This could be a whole nother show. But I say all of that to say that I had a different perspective on it because I am a soulful being and I want to speak to your soul. I told you all that. I want to influence you. I want you to make an impact. And the only way that I can do that is stir up your soul. So in all that I am and in everything that I do, that has to be a part of it. And yoga was no different. So I began teaching it. And in order for me to really teach it, I maintained my practice. So I was still getting up at 6 a.m, doing a half-hour yoga, half-hour meditation. Sometimes an hour yoga, but always a half-hour meditation in the morning. And what happened for me, one day, while I was meditating, a name came to me in my meditation. Now, the name that came to me, remember I said too, meditation speaks. It speaks in silence. It reveals. Okay? That's what it did for me. So the name that came to me was a name of someone that my friend had mentioned. I didn't really know this person, but she had mentioned this person's name, that they were helping her in some way. And I didn't even really understand why or what it was. But I remembered the name because it wasn't a common name. So I remembered it. And I called my friend and I said, hey, remember that person you were telling me about? Their name came to me in my meditation. And she said, okay. She said, why don't you give them a call? And I said, well, what am I calling them for? Like, what am I supposed to say? And she said, oh, don't worry about it. They'll know. I said, okay. I've done stranger things in my life. I'm going to call a person that I don't know for a reason that I don't know, but I'm just going to trust because their name came to me in my meditation. So I call this person up and I leave this message. And the message was something like, hey, my name is Avalaura. My friend so-and-so gave me your number. I don't really know why I'm calling you, but your name came to me in my meditation, so I thought it was important to call you, so I'm just honoring that. Here's my number. Call me back. That's pretty much what I said. Because I didn't know why I was calling this person. And so they called me back and proceeded to ask me a bunch of questions. Now, again, I didn't know this person. Never talked to this person before in my life. But I answered the questions. And, I learned a long time ago that when things happen, there are no coincidences. Just trust it. And particularly, this person's name, again, came to me in my meditation. It had to be important. So I went with the flow. I answered their questions. And afterwards, he says to me, so, do you have any questions for me? And I said, well, who are you? And why am I calling you? And he says, oh, I'm to teach you. Now, mind you, now, y'all, I'm baffled. And I said, well, teach me what? And he said, why don't you come see me? Why don't you come meet with me? So I said, okay. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you be. I don't know why I'm calling you. But your name came to me in my meditation, so I'm going to meet with you. This is literally what happened. So I go to meet with him, and he starts talking about who he is and his background and, where he was from. And the whole time I'm looking at him and I'm sizing him up like, okay, well, you're not a yogi. You're not a vegetarian, because at that time I was vegetarian. You don't even know, study yoga, any of this stuff. Like, what are you going to teach me? Because my mindset, and I want y'all to hear this, my mindset was, I'm going to meet an Indian guru, right? Because I was told that I'm going to get a teacher. So in my mind, I had an image of what my teacher was supposed to look like. But this person was not an Indian guru. Okay, he was not Indian. He was not a vegetarian. He didn't know anything about yoga. In fact, I taught him about yoga. So I want you all to hear this, because sometimes our blessings come, the things that are supposed to come to us come, that we're praying for, but because they don't look the way we think they should look or want them to look, we don't recognize it, and therefore we lose sight of the blessing. And so I had to take a step back and just say, okay, he doesn't look the way that I want, but let me just go with this. Let me go with this. And this man has changed my life in so many ways I can't even tell you. Like when I think about it, there at times I want to cry. Because when I met him, I thought I knew something. I thought I was smart. I thought I was a healer. I thought I knew some ish. I didn't know nothing. Ooh, I didn't know nothing. I have learned so much from this man. And when I met him, he said to me, I'm going to teach you everything that I know. And at the time, I didn't realize how huge that was. But I want you all to understand that this man comes from a spiritual tradition. He's African. He comes from a spiritual tradition. And primarily this work is passed down through family. Okay? So he learned from his father and his father's father and his father's father. So it's passed down through family, and it's mostly men. And it's certainly not Americans. Okay? Let me just tell you right now. Americans don't learn this stuff. Americans do not know, don't even have access to this type of knowledge. So the things that he has taught me and continues to teach me are things that I never would have learned any other way. Never. And I'll have a whole nother conversation and maybe do a whole nother show on Marabou spiritual healing, which is what he introduced me to, which is now what I practice, which is now how I help people in ways that I never would have been able to help people without this spiritual information, with things that most people would consider to be impossible are not. They're possible. And so, but I say all of that to say that his name came to me through my meditation. Because meditation speaks. It speaks in silence. It reveals. And so this was something that was waiting for me. I just had to get quiet enough to hear it, to listen, to receive it. So that's one thing that happened to me during meditation. That's just one. One life-changing, altering experience. Another life-changing, altering experience is, without going into my whole life story, because I could be here all day. But one of the practices or the techniques that I use for healing is called Reiki. And I'll definitely talk about Reiki in another show for you all. But one of the things that I practice is Reiki. But what I want you all to understand is that everybody has gifts. And remember when I was telling you that when I was working at my job as a program director at an outpatient mental health clinic, and I was playing all the way small, and I was miserable because I was helping people to maintain their dysfunction and I wasn't truly helping them to heal. And I knew that I was here for something greater. I knew that I was supposed to make an impact. I knew that I was supposed to change the world. I knew this in the depths of my soul. But I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what that meant. And then after I got fired from my job, I made a choice not to go back into social work, not to take the easy path, but to take the best path, the difficult path, but the best path that I could possibly take. Who am I? Why am I here? What is the impact that I'm supposed to make in the world? Why did God create me? What does God want me to do? How am I supposed to play bigger? How am I supposed to make an impact and serve the world and add value to people's lives? And one of the things that I discovered through my journey, my work with my life coach, with my healers, and everything else under the sun that I had, because I did the work, y'all. I took 6 months and I did the works. I discovered that I was a healer, and I discovered that I could heal literally with my hands. And I didn't even understand that concept. I'm going to be honest with you. They talk about it in the church, hands-on healing or healing of hands, or, Jesus healed. But I didn't really know what all that meant. But that was a gift that I learned that I had at that time. And so I studied Reiki because I just didn't know what to do with that gift. I needed a teacher. I needed a system. I needed I needed a way. I needed a way. I needed a way to express this, and I needed a way to practice it, and I needed a way to share it with others and help people heal. And so even though this was a God-given gift, truthfully, this is a gift that I had, I didn't need Reiki for that. I needed a system. I needed that grounding and that centering and a way to practice. But what happened to me through my daily meditation practice is that my healing transcended Reiki, if that makes sense. What was always within me started to give birth. It started to live and breathe on its own and create its own magic within me. And so when I'm doing healing for somebody, a Reiki session is so much more than just Reiki, because my gift is beyond Reiki. My gift cannot be contained within Reiki. Reiki was simply the container that allowed me to express it and utilize it. But it's so much more than that. And I discovered that in meditation, where one day, true story, y'all, and it started to happen over a series of days, where when I was meditating, I would start to feel this energy in my hands, in my hand chakras, and my palm chakras. I started feeling a burst of energy. And then, at first I was trying to contain it because I was like, what is this? What's going on? But then I let it flow. And my hands would start moving. They would just start doing like these graceful, almost kind of like Tai Chi movements. They would start moving, and I would feel this energy, and it would start in my hands, and it would emanate throughout my entire body. And my hands would just move. And I started doing all these hand placements and movements. And what happened was, now when I do Reiki with clients, I've transcended the Reiki. If you know anything about Reiki, there are certain hand placements that you use for the system. And I teach Reiki, okay? I'm a Reiki master teacher, so I do teach it. And I teach the traditional system. But the way that I practice Reiki now is not in the tradition, because what happened for me is, through meditation, I opened up. I opened up the healing energy that was inside me. And so now I use a lot of these hand placements and postures when I am doing healing for others. And so it transcends the Reiki. And the things that I have been able to help people with, I mean, that's a whole nother story. When I talk about Reiki, I'll get into that. But the experiences that I've had and the things that people have told me, the things that I've told them about themselves and areas that I've touched in their body and places that I've healed that they didn't even tell me were a problem, their back, their neck, their heart, they didn't even tell me, but they could feel it. They could feel it. And that comes through my opening, through meditation, opening up this healing energy that was inside of me that I gave birth to, again, through meditation. So I'm sharing these experiences with you because I want you to fall in love with meditation. Meditation speaks. It speaks in silence. It reveals. And let me tell you something. There are so many numerous benefits of meditation. You know, Deepak Chopra says meditation is not a way of making your mind quiet. He says it's a way of entering into the quiet that's already there, buried under the 50,000 thoughts that the average person thinks every day. And I actually say that the average person thinks about roughly 60,000 thoughts. Psychologists say anywhere between 50 to 80,000. So I say 60,000 thoughts that we think every day. And so that's one of the benefits, is that you can quiet that. You can hear yourself. You tap into who you are, who you be, what's always been there, but you didn't know. And there's so many physiological benefits. There's physical benefits. There's psychological, emotional, spiritual. And I could spend all day and all week talking about all that. You can research that yourself. You can go online. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of benefits of meditation. But I don't think it's important for you to hear all of that. What I want you to know is that whatever it is that you're working through, whether you're getting over heartache, whether you are trying to figure out what you want to do in your career, whether maybe you want to start a business and you don't know how to get started, you're working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to figure out how to make that happen. You need to make some transition somewhere in your life. You need to make some change. You don't know what to do. This is the calls I get every day. Avalaura, I need you. I don't know what to do. One of the ways that you can discover what to do, and I'm not putting myself out of a job because you still need me. I'm not worried about that. But one of the ways that you could really tap into who you are and get your own personal clarity and focus is meditation. It's such a beautiful practice. It's such a beautiful practice. And so one of the things that I teach you how to do is to meditate. You know, I have meditation circles. I have meditation classes. I have a soulful meditation 20-minute audio download video, as well as a workbook. And you can get all of that. You can get all of that. You can contact me, or I forgot what my link is for that. You can contact me at avalaura@avalaura.com if you want to purchase that, right? Because this is something that you can get. I also teach you there, usually the first of the year, and we're at the first of the year now, where I actually, try to do some type of live streaming or online event, whether it's on Facebook or Periscope or something, to teach you how to meditate and to give you a meditation experience. I did one last year and it was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was probably one of the most well-attended live streaming events that I've ever done, where I had people internationally all over the world attend who wanted to learn how to meditate. So that is something that you can certainly tap into, because learning to meditate is important. Many of you are not meditating correctly. And that's why you're not receiving the benefits, because you don't know how to meditate. And I know you've done Deepak Chopra and you've done Oprah, but you don't know how to meditate. I've had people tell me this. I've done it, but I fall asleep, or I'm still not getting the benefits because I don't feel like I'm doing it right, because nobody showed you how to meditate. So I'm more focused on if you fall in love with meditation, if you see how it can change your life, if you hear personal experiences of how it's truly impacted me and how it's impacted other people, you will do it for yourself. You will make it a non-negotiable habit to meditate every single day. I don't care if it is 5 minutes. Meditate every single day. That daily, consistent action. This is the time. We're in a new year. We're in a new energy. We're in a new space for new change to create the life that you've always wanted to create. Because no matter where you are, you can always be better. You don't have to be down and out and in the gutter. You can be CEO of your company, making 6 figures, making 7 figures, doing extremely well, but you can always be better because that is what we're here for. It never stops. Healing never stops. So you can always be better. And meditation is absolutely a tremendous, amazing tool that can help you to be better. So you can go to bit.ly/soulful meditation, bit.ly, bit.ly/soulful, 2 L's meditation, soulful, SOULFULL, soulful meditation. And you can get my download. It is absolutely amazing. I'm helping people meditate worldwide. That has been my goal, to help you to have a love affair, to fall in love with meditation. So you can get that. And you can also tap into the meditation events that I do. Email me at avalaura@avalaura.com, AVALAURA, avalaura@avalaura.com. Also, again, make sure you're on my website and you are a part of my mailing list so that when I do these events, you can tap into them. You'll know about them. Go to avalaura.com. You can join my mailing list and tap into the different classes, workshops, live streaming events that I do on meditation and everything else. But I want you to fall in love with meditation. And I want you to look at your own life and look at how meditation can help you. Because it really does. It helps you with anxiety. It helps you with depression. It helps you with your inner strength. It helps you with your intuition. It helps you to balance out your emotions. It helps you to quiet your mind. You know, it helps you in so many areas. It helps you with your self-confidence and to control your thoughts. It helps you with your fears. It helps you with your creativity. It helps you to put things in perspective. It gives you peace of mind. It helps you to discover your purpose, increase your compassion, grow your wisdom. It helps you to forgive. You know, all this enlightenment stuff we talk about, it helps you to be more enlightened. Meditation helps you in so many freaking ways. There's no limits. So look at what is it that you want to create in your life right now. And I promise you, meditation in some way, form, or fashion can help you to do it. So again, my intention for you is that you have a love affair with meditation. You fall in love with it. We don't do one night stands here. You don't hit it and quit it. But daily, consistent action. You practice, and you practice. And you keep doing it because you love it, because it's awesome and it changes your life. I look forward to hearing from you. Tweet me, email me, contact me. I want to hear from you. Tell me about your meditation experiences. Share them with me. Tell me about your meditation problems. Share that with me too. Share this information. You got some aha, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. #Avalaura Heals, #meditation. I want to hear from you. Until next time, wishing you peace, love, and bountiful blessings. Hey guys, want to meditate with me to start your New Year's off right? I have the perfect opportunity for you. Join me for my 3rd annual Soulful Meditation online event. You can meditate with me from wherever you are around the world. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/NE meditation. Go there right now and register for this free event. Again, that is bit.ly/NE meditation. We're meditating on New Year's Day, so go there now to register. This episode of Avalaura Heal My Life is sponsored by Beads by Mamimdi, which specializes in designing beautiful jewelry using authentic crystals. Crystals have been known and used for many years for their metaphysical properties, aiding individuals in achieving success, well-being, and spiritual growth and development. Order your beautiful crystal jewelry with a personalized touch today on Instagram at beads, BEADS _ by _Mamimdi, MIMINDIE. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for listening to another edition of Avalaura Heal My Life podcast. Join me each and every week to move from whole to wholeness in your life, your relationships, your business, and your career. And if now is the time for you to embrace all that you are for your most incredible life, go ahead and email me today at avalaura@avalaura.com for your own personal consultation. And while you're at it, I'm Googleicious, so you can find more information about me online. Go to my website at avalaura.com and join my mailing list.